Hello guys, and welcome to my 5th episode of the complete guide of Civil Gamers DRP server. And before I start off my video, I just want to say this video was brought to you by Zeus and Libux. They were kind enough to sponsor my video, and they mentioned something about the first 10 people to like their profile on civilgamers.com will get free moderator access.
Disclaimer, I do not guarantee that everything that has been said is true, nor that Zeus or Libux has ever said this.
Now that that's out of the way, let me begin the video. So, if you watched the last video, I said that every 5th episode is going to be something other than jobs on the server. And since this is the 5th episode, I've chosen to make a video about something that I think would help new players. VTC mining. It's a Civil Gamers custom made cryptocurrency that can be mined via in-game methods that I'll show you today. And not to waste any more time, let me begin. To get started, find a place to base. It doesn't really matter where, since what you're doing is legal, but you can still get raided by thieves and such. Become the job of your liking, but I will recommend to use a job that is allowed to base and can have other weapons than only pistols. After you're finished building your base, we can move on to the next part. Buying and setting up your computer so you can connect to maxnet, which is the server's own custom internet. To buy the computer, you need to open the F4 menu and then click on entities. And then scroll down till you find the maxnet section. There you'll find where you need to buy the terminal, router and then monitor, which will cost you 14k in total. After everything is purchased, you'll need to connect them since they won't work on their own. So begin with pressing E on the terminal so it powers on. And when it's finally on, connect your router to the terminal. And how you do that is by just taking the router and gently press it against the terminal. Or just slam it. And when that's done, a wire will appear. And that means that it's connected to the terminal. Also do the same with the monitor. If you have followed my steps correctly, and done as I showed, the monitor will turn on and show a login screen. If this is the first time you're doing this, you would have to press the register button. And then type the username of your choosing. This is not my first time, so I pressed the login button and typed my username. My dumbass could also use the auto login, but I'm not smart enough for that. When you're in, you'll come to the screen. For any hackers out there, no, the IP is not the same every time, so forget about sending the police after me. Anyway, when you're in this screen, you have successfully accessed maxnet. Now, the buying part and setting up miners comes. First, I'll show you how to set up the medium miners, and then I'll show how to set up the industrial miners. To start off, you see that knockoff Google logo shaped V? Click on it and you'll open the search engine called Google. When in, click on the banking section and then Anthrax Banking. As before, if this is your first time, click on register and then confirm login. After that, view my account. For you, it will most likely say 0 in balance. That is why you need to deposit 220k. So you can afford to set up 3 VTC miners with coolers. When you have deposited the money, click on the small umbrella to get back to the start. Then click on the shopping section, then the site name Computer Planet. Then click on the products, then go down and purchase the peripheral switch for 10k. After buying, you will be equipped with a grenade thingy, which is used for calling in the supply. And to do that, you need to go to an open area where there is no roof and throw the grenade. A colored smoke will start to come and a wooden box will drop from the sky. I would not recommend to pressing E on it, since that will open the box and spawn in what you bought. And the reason why is because it's easier to transport it up to the place you need it. Also make sure you drop it in a safe location, because people can steal the box if they have adverted steal in the chat. Now that the package has been retrieved, open it. If you will try to connect it, that will not work since the terminal only can support one connection. The router does not count, by the way. Therefore you need to disconnect the monitor by picking it up and moving it far away so the wire breaks. And then add the switch to the terminal and then the monitor to the switch. If you look closely, you can see the switch having a dark rectangle on it. That means that one of the 4 available connections to the switch is used by the monitor. And the rest of the 3 can be used to connect 3 medium VTC miners. To buy the miners, click on the umbrella again. Then click on shopping. After that, click on VTC mine. There choose the shopping cart and then VTC Miners. 4 options will pop up to buy industrial miners for Vents coins or money, or to buy medium miners. Buying the miners for Vents coin saves you 15% than buying it for cash. If this is the first time VTC mining, you most likely don't have any Vents coins, so you must buy the miner for 50k instead. After the purchase, you'll need to throw the grenade thing again to get it. When back, press E on the box and the medium miner will spawn. Take the miner and connect it to the switch. And before doing anything else, I will strongly recommend to buy a cooler, which you can find by clicking on the homepage button and the VTC Miners page. And then devices. A cooler will cost you 20k. The reason why you should buy one is because the miner will frequently overheat and stop mining, which is not good. After collecting the box and getting it inside, press E on it and drag it to the VTC miner and it will attach itself to it. If you want to add 2 more VTC miners, just repeat the process. Now everything should be set up, the mining part comes. Before you let it mine, you need to assign it a wallet code. And how to find your wallet code, you need to go back to Google, then business, and click where it says Ventscoin. Then you will be brought to the Ventscoin website where you can see the value of 1 Ventscoin currently. And as before, if this is your first time, click on register, otherwise log in and then click view wallet. After that, there should be a long string of characters. Click copy to clipboard and exit Google by clicking on X. Then click on the gray circle and you'll be brought to a screen full of green text that is telling you that you haven't set a wallet. And how you set the wallet is by typing VTC mine space set underscore wallet space and then paste in your wallet code you copied from the website. And then press enter. After doing that, type in VTC mine space start. And then the VTC miners will start mining Vents coins for you. I will strongly recommend typing lock whenever you're not using the terminal, so it locks your terminal and nobody else can access it except of course you. With this setup you can have up to 3 medium VTC miners at once. And yeah, another thing is that VTC miners can sometimes stop, and how you make it resume is by typing VTC mine start. Also, to exit the green text screen, the command is GUI. The highest amount of medium VTC miners you can have at once is 4. To connect the 4th one you will have to buy a better terminal on the towers section in Computers Planet. So you can have the monitor connected directly to the terminal instead of using up one space on the peripheral switch. Now, let me show you how to set up the industrial miners. Before starting, make sure you have at least deposited 500k into your Antrax banking balance so you can set up at least 1 industrial miner. After that, go to the tower section in Computer Planet website and then buy the thing called Tower Mainframe, which costs 100k. When getting it, it looks like this, and is basically a huge terminal that can have 6 things connected to it at the same time instead of 1 like the terminal we just used before. A very important step to remember when changing terminal is to log out of the current terminal you were using. Failing to do so will lead you to not be able to log into your maxnet account and not being able of opening the terminal. When you logged out of the old terminal and started up the new one, you can just throw the old one away. The monitor will not be used either, so you can just throw it away also. The only thing you can keep is the router, since that will be needed. So proceed with taking the router and connecting it to the terminal. When it's connected, make your way back to the Computer Planet website and buy these 3 things: industrial grade peripheral switch, industrial grade network relay, and a network switch, which will all together cost 75k. To get them, just do the same that you've been doing before, just calling the supplies and carry them in, then press E on them. The small thing you see here is the industrial grade peripheral switch, which is used to connect the miners. And it can only support 2 industrial VTC miners at once. The next is this huge thing that is the network relay and is used for making the industrial miners work. And the last thing is the box with many red squares on it. That is the network switch. Now that all the 3 things have been retrieved, let's assemble them. And to do that, we're going to take the network switcher and connect it to the router, and then connect it with the network relay, which is the big thing. And if done correctly, you'll hear this whoa sound coming from the big box. After that is done, take the industrial grade peripheral switch and connect it to the terminal. When everything's done, you can move on to buying the industrial VTC miners. So make your way to the VTC miner website and then buy one industrial miner, which will cost you 300k, and then buy a cooler for 20k. When collected, connect the industrial miner to the industrial peripheral switch and set the cooler on the VTC miner. If you want to add more industrial VTC miners, just connect them to the switch, and if the switch has reached its max amount of connections it can have, just buy a new one and connect it to the terminal. After setting them up, do as done before, go to the EventsCoin website and then copy the wallet code. And then make your way back to the green text place. And there type in the VTC mine set wallet and then wallet code, and followed by VTC mine start. The max amount of industrial miners you can have at once is 12, and yeah, I checked. If you're wondering, it cost me about 4.1 million to set up. Now, I can finally move on to the money making part. So, when finding out how much money I can earn per hour, I just gave one VTC a value of 90k, since that's the average value it has usually on the server. And here's what I found out. In average, with only one medium VTC miner, you can only make about 28k per hour. And to make a profit with those earnings, you will have to mine for 4 hours straight. But if you use the max amount of medium VTC miners, which is 4, you can earn about 115k every hour. And it will take 3 hours to make a profit with those earnings. Moving on to the industrial miners, with only one, you will make around 85k every hour. And it will take 6 hours of mining to make a profit. When increasing the industrial miners to 12, which is the max amount, you will earn about 1 million every hour. And to make a profit, it will take 5 hours. What I can conclude from this is that industrial miners earn 3 times as much than medium miners, but cost 13 times more to set up than medium miners. If you want the spreadsheet I showed here, feel free to contact me and I will send you one. I should have most likely told this a bit sooner, but here's how you convert VTC to money. Go to the EventsCoin website and view your wallet. When there, you can see the Sell VTC button. By clicking on that, you'll be brought to a page you can sell up to 100 EventsCoins per day. So when in there, type in the amount you want to sell, and then you'll notice that the money in your pocket did not change. And that is because money got sent to the Antrax banking balance. So you gotta make your way to the Antrax website and withdraw the amount of money you please. And then you'll see the money is now in your pocket. Another thing I should have mentioned a little bit before is that the VTC miners are destroyable. This was it, and thank you for watching, and bye.